Hello, welcome back to Real World Magic, where we make your life more magical. My name is Neil Trigger, and today I'm going to be making butterbeer. Now let's roll the title sequence and get going. Now there's lots of different ways to make it, some with booze and some not. Some with jelly or jello for you American cousins, and even non-boozy, zero alcohol ones for the kids. Because it's time to celebrate. Yes, my little witches and wizards, for me, it's finally here. It's that time that comes, hopefully, for every YouTuber. When I look at my stats and I don't see three-figure numbers anymore. The Real World Magic YouTube channel now has over 1,000 subscribers, actually over 1,200. That's cool.
Ooh la la.
And you know what that means? You do know what that means, don't you? Yes, it's time to party, so I'm going to show you how to make your very own butterbeer. Typically this would be a warming draft, not only because it's typically rather boozy and very high in calories, but also because it's usually served hot. Now I'm going to give you several recipes that you can use to make a boozy one, or if you have kids, a non-boozy one. I even use one that uses a viscoelastic polymer one. You know, that's jello, gelatin, to you and me. Okay, never mind. If you want a low calorie one, I even do one of those as well. Sort of. I try. Now I don't know what any of these actually taste like, simply because I'm on a diet right now and I've lost nearly 16 kilograms or 34 pounds or 2.5 stone, depending on where you are. That will mean different things to different people. So no, I can't just eat it. So I've given them to my test subject lab rat. No, I can't call her a rat. My guinea pig. No, that's probably worse. You won't want to be called a pig. My beautiful wife Laura. Yay! I've tested each of these recipes on my beautiful wife Laura. Much better. She will grade them on a scale of 1 to 10 and give you the lowdown on what she thinks. I'm also going to try to get my moody teenage stepson to taste each one too. You never know, he says he likes booze, so I guess it's not immoral. Having said that, he's very camera shy, as is Laura, funnily enough. But I'm also fairly sure that my stepson thinks that magic is stupid. Oh no. What's wrong with him? Moody teenage stepson, oh yeah. So I'm going to ask in private and relay his opinions and Laura's opinions into an aggregated score and then let you know. Right then, let's do this. I did order a lovely rustic tankard for this video, just for the butterbeer. It looks like this, but it looks like it isn't going to be delivered on time, or kind of any time soon. So that's a bit poop. So the presentation of this might be a little bit off, but it's either that or totally miss this filming schedule for uploading this thing. Oh well. So I'm pretty sure that you'll enjoy it anyway. Firstly, we all know that kids have the shortest of attention spans, so let's do the non-boozy one first, shall we? Just be aware that if your child doesn't already have diabetes, this might just be a way to bring it on, so take it sparingly. Maybe with a salad or something. Butterbeer and salad. Actually, that sounds horrid. Although, if you do want to make a butterbeer salad, here's how. Okay. Don't eat that. Seriously, don't eat that. Okay, you have been warned.
We interrupt this broadcast because it's funny.
No food has been harmed in the making of this documentary. Okay, so we're going to need 1 cup of light or dark brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of water. That doesn't sound like much. 2 tablespoons, are you sure? Okay, whatever. So 6 tablespoons of butter, and get an adult to help you lift the spoon because those calories are going to be heavy. Half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of cider vinegar. Do I have cider vinegar? I must do, I guess, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to see me actually pouring cider vinegar. Okay, well, let's check. Right, I need to buy some cider vinegar. I obviously have. Time travel, weird. Okay, got the cider vinegar. 3/4 of a cup of heavy cream. I think that's whipping cream, so that's what I'm using. That needs to be divided apparently, according to the recipe, but what does that actually mean, divided? Like make butter out of it? Divide it into buttermilk and lipids? This just sounds like more butter on top of butter. Oh, okay, like half and half quantity. Yeah, okay, I'm an idiot, that makes more sense, ignore me. 1/2 teaspoon of rum extract. If you want it boozy, you could probably just add rum, I guess. Add boozy rum extract, but you can also get a non-alcoholic version too, and it's these ones that I would recommend for kids. In fact, I've only got the non-boozy version, so I will be adding booze a bit later on, but don't worry about that. So this won't get anyone drunk, this recipe here. It won't get anyone drunk. The next one will, potentially. So now we don't want drunk kids, do we? Not again, sir. Not again. And finally, 12 ounces of cream soda. I don't know how much 12 ounces are. Doesn't mean anything to me, so I'm going to use about 1/2 cup. Okay, method. So we've got all of our ingredients laid out. Let's start with the method. Using a small saucepan, this one's fairly small, combine the water and the sugar over a medium heat. Bring to a gentle boil and cook, stirring often until the mixture reads 240 degrees Fahrenheit on a candy thermometer. Of course, if you don't have one of those, and I didn't, I just dangled the neighbour's cat over it until... No, I'm only joking, I'm kidding. Stir in the butter, the salt, the vinegar, and 1/4 of the heavy cream. I think I probably went a little bit over the top on the heavy cream, but hey ho. Set aside to cool to room temperature, unless of course you live in a sauna. That's not the room that I'm talking about though. Once the mixture has cooled, stir in the rum extract, give it a sniff at this point, and if you bought the boozy version, your nose could tingle. So it's a good test. Yummy. Oh, just look at that, it's so golden, it's like Felix Felicis. And some of you won't know what on earth I'm talking about, but just gloss over that. In a medium bowl, combine 2 tablespoons of the brown sugar mixture and the remaining 1/2 cup of heavy cream. Use an electric mixer to beat until just thickened but not completely whipped. Of course you can do it by hand, it'll just take a bit longer. About 2 to 3 minutes with an electric one should probably do it. And to serve, divide the brown sugar mixture, that's the stuff that you've just made, between 4 tall glasses, about 1/4 of a cup for each glass, and add 1/4 of a cup of cream soda to each glass, then stir to combine. Okay, cool. Fill each glass nearly to the top with additional cream soda, then spoon the whipped topping over each. I didn't kind of do it in the right order, but don't worry. It's not really the kind of thing that you'd want to do if you were serving it in a pub, because it takes longer than most punters would probably want to wait. But it's pretty tasty apparently. So, scores please! Wicked, that one did pretty well. Not brilliantly, but pretty well. So let's move on to the Jello shot, shall we? Now these ones are very boozy, but I guess you could probably substitute the vodka for other stuff like water or milk or something like that, both of which would probably taste horrid, but you know, whatever. So you're going to need 1 cup of cream soda. Again, I've already got that, so that's cool. 2 packets of unflavoured gelatin. Now one little thing to point out is that when I filmed this, the packets of gelatin were a little bit bigger than I thought. Of course, if you're a vegan, I guess you could probably use vegan ones instead, but just bear in mind that if you want it more like jelly, then you might want to just only add 1. I added 2 and it made it quite stiff, but I think that's because the recipe tells you to then cut it up a bit later. I didn't do that, I just poured it straight into a cup, so adjust it for whatever you're doing. I didn't, I'm an idiot. I fully admit that. You're also going to need 1/3 of a cup of vanilla vodka. Again, I didn't actually have that unless I wanted to combine it with raspberry powder for the infusion that I'm going to be doing in next week's video. So yeah, I didn't have that. I just used toffee vodka that I made myself. What with the whole lockdown thing, I'm not able to get all of the ingredients, so I'm just telling you what the actual recipe is. Write it down if you want. I'm going to include it all in the show notes at the bottom there. So we've got 1/3 of a cup of vanilla vodka. Cool. We've also got 2/3 of a cup of butterscotch schnapps, which I've never actually heard of until this video, so I guess it's a thing. So I guess every day is a school day. Awesome. I don't actually have any, so I'm using toffee vodka instead, and perhaps a little bit more sugar. We'll see how it goes. And finally, and only if you want to, add a few sugar strands just to garnish it and to make it look a bit nicer. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so on to the making. Here are the steps. You pour some soda into a medium saucepan and sprinkle with gelatin. So I did that. Allow it to soak in for a minute or two, maybe stir it a bit, and then heat over a low heat, stirring constantly until the gelatin is dissolved, which will take about 5 minutes. I actually turned it up a little bit too high, so don't do that. And then remove from the heat. Now stir in the vodka, which I've poured about half a cup, something like that, and also the schnapps if you can. So I've just poured a bit more vodka. Pour it into a standard loaf pan. I don't have one of those. The recipe says a non-reactive metal or glass approximately 9 by 5. Well, I just poured it straight into shot glasses. Refrigerate it until it's fully set, which will take about 3 hours. Mine didn't, it took about 2 hours. Hey ho, I think I probably added too much gelatin. I've already said that, okay, never mind. And then to serve, cut into desired shapes. Again, didn't do that, just poured it straight into a shot glass and ate it with a spoon. Although the texture was something between a Haribo and jelly. So, bit odd. Anyway, immediately before serving, dip it in coloured crystal sugar for garnish if desired. That's not what I did. What I did, I took the topping from the previous one because that went down quite well, and then sprinkled it with sugar strands. So you can see what I did. It's obvious. There you go. Have a look at that. Now let's see if these are better or worse than the last one. Okay, scores please. Oh, okay, not too bad. Actually, those ones were better than the previous ones, so we can still improve a little bit. You know, I'm not sure it's the recipe. I think it's all about the chef. That's me. Yeah, I'm going to take kudos for that. The next recipe I got from Karen Short on Homemade Harry Potter Facebook group. So big shout out to Karen. Hi Karen! Now this is perhaps more of a cold dessert than butterbeer, but it could work well this summer, especially as temperatures are steadily rising and we're not allowed to go outside. So she says, well, I make my own. You can have the recipe. Why thank you Karen, thank you very much. You'll need a blender, got one of those. Vanilla ice cream, oh that wasn't actually mentioned at the beginning, sorry about that. Cream soda, got some of that. Butter rum extract. If you can't find butter rum extract, and I can't, so yeah, okay. You'll be able to find butter extract, I couldn't. And rum extract. And add some caramel sauce, and you'll need an ice tray. Pour the cream soda into the ice tray and then freeze. Well, I can do that. Let's do that. Then take a couple of scoops of vanilla ice cream and put it in the blender. Okay, cool. I'm with you so far, this is awesome. With about 10 cubes of frozen cream soda. This is where it's going to cause a bit of a problem because the cream soda cubes went everywhere and it made everything sticky. And I think my kitchen floor is still sticky. Pour some cream soda into the blender. I did that too. Blend on a smoothie or shake setting. My blender isn't advanced enough. It doesn't have one of those. So I just put it on high, which is the only setting it's got, on or off. So I put it on high until smooth. And then add your butter rum extract, about a teaspoon. So I did that. And actually it smelled bloody lovely. I really wish I could drink it, but I can't. You can also add about a teaspoon of each butter extract and rum extract and then blend. Now I didn't have butter extract, but you know, this is all jazzing. I mean, we're in the middle of a lockdown, so I'm not going to be able to get everything I want. Hey ho. Add a big spoonful of caramel sauce. Now that I can do. Blend it all together. Okay. Pour it in a glass and drink. Alright, well I can't drink it, but I can give it to my lab rats. You can top caramel sauce on top as a topper. That's a lot of tops. Top. But I never get that far. I bet you don't, Karen. I bet you don't. So now we need the scores, please. Okay, I think we may have a winner on our hands, but we're not quite there yet. So let's take a break to look at the leaderboard. It's there. Then there's Jamie Davis, again from the Harry Potter group on Facebook. She says, I'm a bariatric patient, so mine is pretty specialised because Jamie can't have carbonation or sugar. So here's Jamie's recipe. A&W cream soda drink mix. I actually don't know what that is, so I've just gone for sugar-free. And all of them are made with that, by the way. Then add 16 ounces of water, and I'm guessing any sugar-free cream soda will do. So I just went to Sainsbury's, a UK supermarket, and bought some cream soda. Sorted. Sugar-free butterscotch flavoured syrup. Torani or Da Vinci to taste. I'm just going to use caramel syrup. Hopefully that will be okay. I think this one does have sugar though. Sorry, Jamie. Now for the foam, sugar-free whipped topping. I'm just using whipping cream. It's not fat-free, but hey, it doesn't have added sugar. Heavy whipping cream. Hold on, didn't I just say that? Weird. She mixes the whipped topping with the whipping cream. Blimey, really? I'm just going to use one, I think. I'm sure that'll probably be enough. Surely that'll be enough, right? Then add some more butterscotch syrup. Yeah, why not? Jamie says she also adds a bit of toasted marshmallow syrup to the foam. Flippin' heck. Oh, but she says it's just because she likes it. Well, that's fair enough, I suppose. I don't actually have any toasted marshmallow syrup anyway, and my marshmallow container was found with a massive fly buzzing around inside it somehow. I don't know how. It's like it apparated there or something. So I've had to throw out all the marshmallows and replace them all with new ones and wash out the container, and oh, the sacrifices I make for this channel. Let us try new marshmallows on top, shall we? Hold on. Where's the rest of it? Have I missed something? I probably have missed something. Are you just eating whipped cream and topping? Where's the drink? Oh, right. Okay, no, that's... yeah. Okay, I think I missed something here. Let me just have a look back over Facebook a second. Okay, never mind. Can't find that. Did look hard. Hey ho. It was a while ago now, so sorry, Jamie. Now, I got really confused with this recipe, so I didn't actually make it. So let's just move on quickly and pretend that this whole thing didn't happen. But there is an extra recipe in there. If you want to watch this video again, recycle it and slow it down, maybe write stuff down. There is a recipe there that I've just said, and I was so stupid that I didn't actually get it. So that's it. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so we've done 3 plus Jamie's one, which if you really want to find out, just watch this video again. It is there, and I had a brain fart. I don't know what was going on, lack of nutrition or something. Okay, so finally we're on to the traditional, like really traditional one that uses actual butter and actual beer. So we're going to need butter, brown sugar and ale, and I've got brown sugar, so I think that's pretty lucky. We need some cloves, some ginger, which I also have, and some nutmeg too. Not a whole one, because that would be kind of gross, but let's just see how it goes. Now, if you want to make this one and avoid the alcohol, just simmer it for a bit longer. It'll burn off all the alcohol, it'll just evaporate, it'll be fine. We also have some egg yolks in the recipe. Now, my supermarket, when I went to the supermarket yesterday, was completely out of eggs, so I'm just going to have to do without it, sorry. Okay, so we took the butter, it was around about this much. We're going to need to mix it up with some sugar and some brown ale. I'm using Hobgoblin from Witchwood Brewery because I thought that was kind of magical. I thought it was pretty cool. And then add in all of the spices, and I'll talk you through it as you see the film. Just watch this. Okay, so first thing we're going to need is a little pinch of ginger. We're also going to need some cloves. Whole cloves would be ideal, about 4 would be perfect. And then grate on some nutmeg. Now if you don't have a grater, and I certainly didn't, use a sharp knife and use that to just shave it gently. Simmer for a little bit. Chop up the butter to make sure it can dissolve a bit quicker. You don't want to bring this to a full boil, just a gentle heat so that it melts the butter, that's absolutely fine. And then it's time to strain it through a sieve, and if like me you're a bit butterfingered, pardon the pun, then you're probably going to miss the funnel completely. And I certainly did. I got it all over the worktop. I've made a hell of a mess during this video, to be honest. Okay, so scores please. Well, that's pretty good. No, it's not. It's not pretty good. That's pretty horrible. Okay, what does that tell you? It's disgusting. To be honest, it did stink. And I left it to cool down. And it had like this crust on it, which I didn't film simply because I thought you guys would probably be sick if you saw it. So yeah, all the fat kind of drifted to the top. It looked horrible, but I guess Henry VIII liked it. Okay, so let's look at the leaderboard. Where are we? So there you have it, 4 Butterbeer recipes, or 5 if you include Jamie's, just because I didn't make it, I'm really sorry. But hey, this is a party, right? So if you want to go seriously boozy, I'm also recording another video about another delivery I got from the Cauldron. And this one is a Wizardly Boozy Brewing Kit, and I'm going to be uploading that very soon. Probably in the next day or two, depending on whether or not I can edit it all in time. It might be next week, so sorry about that. These kinds of videos really do take a lot of time. Now in the next video I infuse 2 bottles of vodka with 2 different botanical mixes which the Cauldron sent me, and I'm making 2 different cocktails. But I can't do it now, otherwise my wife will get well and truly sozzled. So let's leave it for a few days. Minimum, shall we? I've got a video coming out very, very soon about Magic the Gathering 2, so if that is your bag, if it interests you, please do look out for this one. I also wanted to mention my Patreon page because, as you may be able to tell from this video, it's not very cheap to make this content. It sometimes does take quite a bit of planning and preparation and, unfortunately, money, because that's what makes the world go round. It's actually space-time continuum and gravity, but you know, hey hey. And I've already got a couple of fabulous patrons that really help me out, and their support helps a great deal with making these sorts of videos. A big shout out to Chivalrous Tube, who became my 2nd patron, and I really, really do appreciate it. So these are my patrons. Thank you very much, patrons. And my Patreon page has 3 tiers with benefits like extra content, advanced content, behind the scenes, and all of that sort of stuff. So if you wanted to support this channel, you can do that on my Patreon page, or just buy me a one-off butterbeer at PayPal, and all of the links are down in the description. Thank you ever so much for watching this far. You've reached the end of this video, congratulations, and if you like this video, please click the like button, subscribe for more of this sort of information, and if you do, make sure that you click that bell button to find out when I upload more videos. I'll be back next time with more magical phenomenalities. Is that a word? That's not a word. Phenomenology, that's even worse. Okay, some more magical awesomeness? Yes, I will be back next week with some more magical awesomeness. But until then, as always,
Very magical.
my autocue's crashed. Brilliant. Right then, so, oh goodness me. Okay, so we've done 3 now, haven't we? Okay. What am I talking about? Oh. Okay, so let's take a break and look at the leaderboard. It's a lovely leaderboard. I don't know what it says.
Please subscribe to Real World Magic.